What's up, Soul Warriors? Welcome to Winning Wednesday live with LC and you. As always, I am super grateful to be here today to share this time with you, to share, the experiences of my life, ways that you can to adopt some places and strategies for you to help change your life today. That's what I always hope to do here when I come in, is just give you something that's tangible that you can put in practice today and begin to see changes in your life right now. And, that's exactly what I want to talk about today in this video, is why Winning Wednesday. It's more than just a snazzy video title or hook. It's more than something just to draw you in to see some random live video. Actually, there is a purpose for all of that. There's a purpose for Motivation Monday and Transformation Tuesday, Winning Wednesday, and Triumphant Thursday, and Free Your Mind Friday. And I want to share with you in this video today what the purpose of that is, how it affects your conscious and subconscious minds, and how it helps you begin to change your life, sometimes without even knowing it. The affirmation for today is change. And it just states, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And, we look at change a lot of times as the destruction of our comfort zones. And we sometimes get upset with that. But in all reality, change, growth, evolution cannot come without that shaking up of our comfort zones and shaking us into our greatness. So you guys, if you can and you feel led, go ahead and share this video out with your groups, with your tribes, with your people, and let's go ahead and jump right in to this Winning Wednesday live with LC and you. Let's go. Oh, wow. I'm seeing so much awesomeness in the comments here. Good morning, Lisa King, Julie Perkinson, Larry Brown. Oh, I love Larry Brown. Alicia Lee, Mary Huffman. Been thinking about you, Mary. And I love what Alicia says right here. Let me throw this up on the screen real quick because I love this. Because a year ago, Alicia was not in this space. And I love that Alicia's found herself in this space. Good morning, Stacy H. I've been in such a great place lately, learning a lot about my new spiritual journey, been challenged to get uncomfortable, and I'm loving it. You see, hey, Tammy P, you see, that's the thing. When we learn to get excited about our uncomfortableness, we absolutely transmute suffering into excitement. Because with that shaking up of our comfort zones, we are being shaken into the next level of our life's journey, our life's evolution. I mean, just everything amazing comes from change. Unfortunately, we tend to get in these comfort zones and these routines, and we think that, oh, this is comfortable. This is my space. This is my spot. Don't mess with me. And I know I've been there. And sometimes it's a default, even sometimes, that still happens to me. But for my life, especially for the last year and a half, it's just been change after change after change. Any moment that I settle into a groove, it's like, shake up, let's go. And I have learned that suffering comes in those moments when we let our minds get into a place where we're like, well, why me? Why do I have to? Why can't I just find a path in life and go down it and it never falter? Well, that if it doesn't falter, then that's as good as it can get. And I don't know about you, but I spent entirely too many years just stuck in the pain of my life, the pain and the question of why me, to now come out and be in this amazing place of recovery and get to see exactly what my life has in store for me. I don't curse my past. I used to, but I don't anymore because it brings me here to this today. And I don't think there are any accidents. So I think us getting into that place of where we regret the past leads us into a place where we get stuck in those same mindsets. We have to get away from regretting the past and knowing that our past is our path forward into our calling, our things to do here. We are remarkable beings. I'm just telling you. This whole human life, I mean, the way our bodies work, without our even having to be in control, the way our bodies work, the way nature works, just the way the sun and the moon come up and, every day, all of this stuff just happens. It is so absolutely amazing. And the beauty that all of us have who have been to the brink of death and have now moved ourselves into a new way of life, as scary as it is, because we all know that last day in active addiction is the scariest day on earth because we don't know what recovery looks like. We don't know what we're stepping into, and we don't know who we're going to be. But the courage and the perseverance to step through that fear, being afraid, and knowing, like Amy says, you're going to do it imperfectly, is so exciting. I think we need to remind people that are still in active addiction, still in active coping, still in that place of just despair and feeling like they don't know who they are and where they're going. I think we need to remind everyone, you know what? It is an unknown path, but it is exciting. It is hard. It is going to take courage. It is going to develop your courage. It is going to develop your perseverance. It's going to allow you to step into a human being you never knew could exist. You're going to find places in you that you love, and you're going to find places in you that you can't stand. But the power in it lies is that you can change all of those things. And that brings me to what I'm here today, with these snazzy video titles and hooks. Really, we want to change. Many of us do, but we don't have, it's like we don't know how. And we tend to think we have to take on all of it in order to be doing it right or to get change done. And that's too overwhelming. The brain will not, grab onto anything if it's trying to grab onto everything. And so I give these days titles in order for it to set our minds into a thought process of, where am I winning today? So in 60 days, our first book is going to drop, and it is your Recovery Soul Food Recovery Battle Plan. And what it is 30 days to a changed mind and a changed life. And basically what we do is the same thing. Motivation Monday. Find something to motivate you throughout Monday. I don't want you to work on anything else. Nothing else. I don't think you should have to work on your shadow work. I don't think you should have to do all of that in one day. Find places in your life that can be motivating. Find one area of your life that motivates you to continue going through those changes. Find somebody, find something to motivate you on Monday. On Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. Find an area in your life, one area, not 15 areas, one, that you can begin to transform in the smallest of ways, especially if it's a thought process. What thought process keeps you just going in that same old pattern day in and day out? What is that? What is your self-talk like? What is that thing you hear every time you think of something that you want to do? Who is that talking to you? What's that thought pattern? On Tuesday, transform that thought pattern by telling the opposite. On Winning Wednesday, where are you winning in your life? Because when you begin to notice the areas that you are doing well and that you are doing something awesome, and I don't care if it's getting up when your alarm clock goes off without hitting snooze, if that's where you're winning, celebrate that, because that's huge. You're making changes. Find the most minute areas of winning in your entire life, because there are no things that are too small, right? All these millions of small little changes that we make add up to a transformed life. And it begins in the mind. It begins in the thought process, because awareness is what takes us to the body. And yeah, the body is massive in this entire transformation process. But if we don't start up here, we'll never develop the awareness to go here. You know, today I live my life from the heart. I love living my life from the heart. Where my heart leads me, I love to go. And I believe that my heart is that divine connection to that bigger, higher power that I know is moving me through this life and into purpose and into destiny. And it's been with me all along. And it doesn't matter what we label that. It just matters that we have an understanding, our own understanding of what that is, and that we are not alone in this place. But life from the heart took me getting the life in my mind to be able to develop and go down that far. I had to start with changing these thought processes, y'all. I mean, big time, big time. And yeah, I started it in a cliche of gratitude, but in all actuality, it had to start with a spark of hope. There had to be a spark of hope. And we all know what a spark is. It's quick, it's fiery, it's quick. It comes. That's all you need. Because when you're living that life in that hopeless situation where you're so covered up under the pain of your past, the pain of places where you've been wronged, hurt, abused, you know, all the way up to the places where you've hurt, you've abused, you've lied, you've cheated, you've stolen, all of those things, it all adds up into this place and this mind that says, I'm no good. You just don't know what I've done. I can't ever get past this. I can't ever forget that those people hurt me. I can't forget about all of that. But it's not about forgetting. It really isn't. It's not about forgetting and pretending that those things didn't happen. It's about taking your power back from those happenings, from that abuse, taking your power back by transmuting it into your fuel to move forward. I'm going to say this, and I say it because I'm coming from the heart. If you've been abused in your past, there is someone being abused right now that could spark their hope from your story of perseverance, transmuting that into power, and you using that fuel to move you forward. And the freedom that comes when you don't let that abuser or that happening hold you back from all you are. That's power. And somebody somewhere who's feeling hopeless could change their life because of what you went through and your share. Whether it's on a platform like this, in front of millions, thousands, hundreds, or just one. See, if we make all that stuff for something, it stops being a chain that chains us to pain, and it becomes like this catapult that moves us into purpose. And so we go back to these areas, these small little things we can do, like giving each one of our days a theme, so that we can bring our minds back to a home base, if you will. When you leave your house today, we can be strong, motivated, and full of hope while we're inside. Soon as we go out into the world, we're going to have to deal with other people's energies. We're going to have to deal with other people's shadow work. It's going to mirror our own shadow work. Because remember, what's happening in your life is there as a mirror to help you now see some things, especially other people. Hey, relationships are the boot camp of transformation. Dig into those places that aggravate the heck out of you, because in that is a lesson. In that is a place that you can transform in you, right? So when we learn to see all of that, when we see life like that, it takes away the suffering of it, because we can use it for something. And, you know, my wife's brother right now is in the hospital, and it's so very easy for me on the outside to be able to see the issues in his body going on that are a direct result of the stress in his mind, the chaining to his pain, the hopelessness of not being able to break out of what he believes are his limitations. And when we are dealing with someone that is in our family close to us, that is sick and that is going through pain, there is a purpose in that as well. And it could be for us to bring through our transmutations of our, tragedy into triumph, and to be able to surround them with this very free and loving and healing energy, and for us to detach ourselves from the outcome of what we want. I want him to get better. I want to see him just as much as I want to see every one of you live your divine purpose on this earth. To break free of all those old limitations, those old mindsets that keep us chained to our past and keep us believing that we can't achieve all of those things we feel deep in our souls. I want to see everybody break free like that. And that's what I want for him. But if I'm attached to just that outcome, then I limit the divine nature of things. And while I want that for him and I'll visualize it for him, I'm going to be there to also be willing to just be there as a safe vessel of love that says, you know what? I love you regardless of what happens here. I'm connected to you regardless of what happens, because ladies and gentlemen and human beings of all kinds, we are all bound together. We are all one. And when we really, truly make a connection with that and learn to see people in our lives, people that are, shouting obscenities on the TV and different things, people living in hate, we are able to see their pain and their lack of understanding for what's happening. It's like a 3-year-old who throws a temper tantrum because they don't get what they want right then. And they don't want to go into life with change. They don't want to embrace change. They want everything to stay the same in their understanding. And if we keep life within our own understanding, it can't expand and grow. And so, we have to begin to really search ourselves and begin to transform ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. And that ripples out into our world. And that's what changes a society, is each one of us doing our own inner work, remembering that we cannot create in someone else's reality, but what we can do is create in our own. And knowing that you are a co-creator in this reality is a beautiful, freeing place to be, because it means I can take responsibility for where my life is, not so that I can feel guilty and have regret, but so that I can make it into a life that I love. Without taking responsibility, we can't do that. If we continue to point the fingers out and say this is everyone else's fault, we'll never be able to pull it in and make it into a different life that we love. So the bottom line for us today is, don't worry about, oh, I love you, Larry Brown. Start your day, man. Be safe. Keep spreading love around the world. Larry Brown is a sheriff's deputy. I believe I'm saying it right. I'm learning these, I'm learning these cop entities. I used to just run from y'all, Larry. I just used to run from all of you. But I love you, man. Be safe out there. Keep spreading your special brand of love, man. You're changing lives. You are transforming people every single day. I mean, what better way for us to come in contact with the most hopeless of the hopeless of people than to be in a situation like that? Let's not be afraid to come in contact with people that are lacking hope, because it's the hope we bring that could spark their change. So we got to have our formula for change is a spark of hope. Then we got to move into gratitude, which then cultivates belief, right? So when we move into gratitude, we start changing our mind processes. It's not just to be great. It's not just to be grateful. It's to really feel and be grateful. Feel gratitude, which changes our perspective about the world we live in and look at, right? And we've got to start doing that. That gratitude helps change our thought processes. Each having a themed day gives you a direction to hone into. Where are you winning today in this Winning Wednesday? Who cares if people think it's cheesy, cliche, or any of those things? They don't have to live in our skin, right? This is my trip around this sun. This is your trip around the sun. How do you make it the best it can be? How do you learn to love your life? And I think this is a valuable process. This has been my process this entire time, and it remains to be. Today, I will spend my day in areas that I know that I'm winning, in areas that 8 years ago I thought were ridiculous, that today I build my life upon. I was never this person, never positive, never ever put myself out here like this. Never. I woke up every day angry that I woke up. I was very focused on the places that my body and my soul and my mind hurt. I was very, very, very connected to my pain, very connected to my past. Pessimism was my way of life. For recovery, I knew for it to work, I had to do it different. Had to. And you feel like an imposter in the beginning. I'm sure a lot of you that have been here with us for a while and have done these processes, you know you're going to feel like an imposter. You're going to say, I get up in the morning and say, I love my life, where you would normally say, ugh, another day. Ah! And you're going to feel like you're lying. Beautiful thing about the subconscious mind is it runs 95% of our daily happenings, our daily reactions, our daily, belief systems. And it takes thought over and over and over and over and over again to produce a new belief that soaks down into our souls and becomes a subconscious belief. Every morning when I wake up now, the first thing I do is I say how grateful I am. Cheesy, I know. It's okay. I love waking up excited for my days. And I want you to wake up the same. You can do it. I'm only here because I thought I was the most lost case ever. And I'm sure we all think that. But man, I really was hopeless, y'all. Hopeless. Foreign in my own skin, feeling trapped in a prison of my past and pain, thought processes that just looped around that says you'll never truly have anything, thought everything about everything that was holding me back. Those were my default programs. And I went there every day. And that default is your subconscious coming to light. So to change default, we got to do something different. So where are you winning today? Where are you actually loving your life? Where are your thought processes changing that you know is winning? What will you do today to continue this transformation and change? I mean, journaling is an amazing way to really get clear on this stuff. Trying to hold everything in your mind gets to be so confusing. But making a 1-sentence journal for the day, just saying, here's an area I'm winning today that I wasn't a year ago, a month ago. Don't be afraid to congratulate yourself on a job well done. You are worth it. And when you build that momentum, then you start continuing to give the brain this reward center of you rewarding you for jobs well done. So I love you guys, man. I really, really, really do. And I want you to live your best life possible. I want you to love your entire history. I want you to love your future. I want you to truly love your right now. Don't wait to be happy until you get it. Be happy now. Enjoy the journey. We're all meant to be here. You've got an amazing, amazing call on your life, and I want to see you and help you step right through it. So you'll hear more about the book launch in 60 days, Recovery Soul Foods Battle Plan. And I want every one of you to get it. We're going to price it to where it's affordable for everyone. It's 30 days to a changed mind and a changed life. It's going to be short, sweet, so that each day you have no excuse not to get into the processes of that battle plan. And, we'll see where it goes from there. And remember, this Saturday night, we will not be having a live Recovery Soul Food podcast episode because I need to get all the other ones uploaded onto iHeartRadio and Spotify and iTunes. But the following Saturday, I'm going to have our very own buddy, Maddie Jablonski, with The Point of Change on live on our Recovery Soul Food podcast. So that's Saturday night. So that's going to be amazing. Hey, Friday night, this Friday, I'm going to join Bradley Bagwell and so many other folks. I think Dave Wheeler, Drew Hicks, Krista Turner, probably Maddie. I can't imagine a Freaky Friday without Maddie J. But there's so many different people that are going to be there with Bradley Bagwell. I think it's Recovery Crawl. I'm not sure. Maybe Bradley's new page. Not sure. Anyway, look for that. Look for the advertisements of that over on Recovery Crawl and Laughter is My DOC. I think that is all. No, my main announcement for today. So my brother and friend Anthony McCauley is back, y'all, and he's doing a morning show on Mondays called Miraculous Monday. For all of you that don't know Anthony McCauley, he is your motivation and inspiration specialist. And he's gone through a lot in his life in the past 2 years, from surviving COVID to the death of his wife. This man gets knocked down and keeps coming back. So I would love for you guys to get hooked up with Anthony McCauley and check out Miraculous Mondays live with Anthony at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday morning. Let's surround him in prayer as he gets ready to go into his hip surgery. Let's surround Tammy P in prayer as she and her daughter, as they continue to fight through their family crisis, and surround my family as well in prayer as we go through ours. And back at all of you, I surround you in prayer and healing energy. And I know that each one of you are badasses and that you've got great things to do in this life. I thank you for being here with me today. Y'all have an amazing, amazing rest of your winning Wednesday. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.